Hi, this is Danny at Lima Public Library, and today I wanted to show you how to sign in to use one of our digital services, the Ohio Digital Library. We're going to start out at the library's website, limalibrary.com. Just put that into your website address bar at the top of the page. And then in our navigation bar, we're going to click on Digital and go down to Ohio Digital Library and click on that. To get to this website, we're just going to click on the logo here for the Ohio Digital Library, and it will redirect us to that page. To sign in to your account, just click on this red sign in button at the top. And then we need to choose what library you're affiliated with. So you can begin typing or just scroll down to Lima Public Library. And then it should ask us, just going to click on our name, should ask for our card number and PIN. The PIN is usually the last 4 digits of your social security number, but if you have any trouble with this or any questions about it, just give us a call. We should be able to help you with that over the phone. Once you've entered in that information, go ahead and click the red sign in button. Okay, now you're signed into your account, and if you had anything on hold or checked out to you right now, you could look at that here. Loans would be anything that you have currently checked out. Anything on hold would show up here, and it would tell you how long of a wait you might be expecting. And there are some other things in here that you might use, like settings or recommendations, or even the wish list, and those all fall into your account. But let's get more into how to look for books that you're interested in reading. Aside from books, you can also check out e-audiobooks or magazines. If you have something particular in mind, you can always use this magnifying glass search function here. So if you have a particular author in mind, like Stephen King or whomever, you can enter in their name and see what we have. Some of these items you'll notice will have a wait list at the top, and others will have this red available. One of the interesting things about this service is that many libraries in the state will combine to buy these books, but only one person can borrow each copy at a time. So depending on the book, you might have to wait a while in order to read it or listen to it, as the case may be. But if it says available, you can check it out right now just by clicking the borrow button at the bottom. If you weren't quite sure what this book was about and you wanted some more information, you can click on the image of the cover and it will give you sort of a synopsis here. And then if you decided that it was something that you wanted to read, you can click borrow, or you can even read a sample to be certain that you want this title. Let's go back here. If the item that you're interested in is checked out right now, you would click this place a hold option. And when you do that, it will set up a messaging service to the email address that's on file for you, or you can change that email address. But essentially, when this book becomes available for you, it will check out to your account automatically, and you'll receive an email that you can go into your account and download it to read. So our hold position here, I'm number 804 out of 71 copies. So it's going to be quite a while before I have this book to read. But it does also give you some similar titles that you might be interested in, and you'll note that these ones are always available. One of my favorite features about narrowing down what I would like to read, if I know that I don't really want to wait for a particular book and I want something right now, I can choose under availability this available now option, and it's going to eliminate everything that is waitlisted. So I'm only going to see titles that I can check out right now. You can also use your collections option at the top. If you want specifically ebooks or specifically audiobooks, you can choose from here to narrow down what it is you're seeing. So if I only wanted to see audiobooks that are available right now, I can click that option. But I can also narrow it down to audiobooks that are trending and just see those. And that's going to be probably a mixture of available and ones that have to be put on hold. You can also check out the subjects. So if you know the type of story or type of book that you're looking for, you can look very specifically at a genre or nonfiction area and see what we have available in those areas and go from there. These options too are on the left-hand side of your screen. You can narrow things down as you go and eliminate what it is you're not looking for. So for some of our collections, like audiobooks, there are going to be thousands of results, and you might want to narrow it down based on what you're looking for at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and borrow this book just so you can see what that looks like. So I'm just going to click this borrow button at the bottom of that, and I can choose how long I want to borrow it for. I can choose between 7, 14, or 21 days. 21 days is the maximum, so I'm just going to click that and then select borrow. Now you can check out 10 titles at one time. So if you check out 10 things and return one, even if it's within the same month, you can check out a new book. That's different from our Hoopla digital service, which only allows you 10 items each month. Okay, so I've checked it out, and now I can either read it with my Kindle, and if you click this option, it will send you over to your Amazon account, and you'll need to log in, and then Amazon will deliver the book to your Kindle device or Kindle app on whatever you are using. But it is an extra step to log into your Amazon account. Or I can download it as an EPUB book. Or I can even read it now in the browser. This download EPUB book is probably the easiest option, particularly if you are using the Overdrive or Libby apps on a smartphone or tablet. As far as returning the book, if you go into your loans, you can see how long you have left with that title. It expires in 21 days. And the book or audiobook or whatever you have checked out will return itself. So you do not have to return it if you don't want to. But because there is such a long wait list on many, many titles, if you've finished the book and you still have a significant amount of time with it, I'm sure the next person in line would be very grateful if you would return it early. So to do that, you're just going into your loans and then click this return button, and it will ask you to confirm that you do want to return it. And I do, so send it away. As far as browsing, it can be pretty easy, but if you ever run into questions, just let us know. In your My account, you can see your loans and holds. So I have a hold now. I place the hold on this date, and now I have some options. I can edit the email address that I get notified by. I can suspend the hold. Like if I know that I'm going to be very busy for the holidays and I'm not going to have a chance to read it if it becomes available, I can click that suspend a hold and say, I don't want it for the next 28 days. So if it becomes available, don't give it to me. And then after that 28-day period, you just resume your place in line. So you can do that if you like, or if you are finished waiting for this book and you've gotten it in print from your library or from another source, you can just click remove and take that hold away. You can also create a wish list. So if you are trying to narrow down what title you want to read on a particular topic, you can create a list of those. Or if you're browsing and you see something interesting and you would like to read it but just not right now, you can put it into your wish list and those items show up here. Let me show you what that looks like. If you're looking at a particular item and you go to this little ribbon with the plus sign, that's adding it to your wish list. So if you click that icon, it gives you the check mark. And then if we go to my account and wish list, there it is. So I didn't want to read it right now, but then maybe someday I'm really in the mood for that, and it's right there. I can find it very easily and click borrow. I don't have to remember the title or author. There are some settings that you can change in your account, like the lending period defaults you can choose. Like, you know, you're going to get through your ebook in 7 days. You can choose to have it return very quickly or leave it at its normal default, which is 21 days. The same is true for videos and magazines. You can change those a little bit. You can leave this automatic hold checkout clicked. That's probably the easiest way to make sure that you get a chance with your hold. You can choose to have the Ohio Digital Library remember the titles that you have checked out in the past. That's something that you need to opt into, though. So if you like to keep track of what you've already read, go ahead and click that box, but you don't have to. You can also kind of limit what types of titles you're seeing. So if you're setting up an account for a child, you might want to limit it to just kid-friendly titles that they're able to check out, and you can do that all here. You can also change the font styles for the website, but it's important to note that when you've checked out a book and you are reading it in the Overdrive or Libby apps, that you can also change the way that the font looks and the font size in the app while you're reading the book. So if you struggle maybe with reading on a screen for a long time, you can make some adjustments to make that easier on yourself. These are the basics. Like I said, if you run into any questions, just let us know. We're always happy to help. And one thing to note about the apps, I've mentioned them a couple of times, to use this Ohio Digital Library on your smartphone or tablet, you can choose one of two apps. They do the same things. One is just a little more user-friendly. So you can either download Overdrive or you can download Libby, Libby. They have access to all of the same books. The login process is pretty similar, so it does not matter which you choose. It's totally up to you, and we can help you sign in with any of those. Signing into the app does get a little more complicated than doing it on the website, but once you've done it for the first time, you shouldn't need to. Again, it's just saved for you. All right, that's it. Have a great day.